Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leora Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community where we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and so much more. Today I am in Japan, in Tokyo. I'm recording this from my Airbnb and look at the aesthetic right now. I'm a fan. Are we a fan? I'm a fan. I also got a new microphone which I don't know how to use or clip, but I really want to make the audio better on my videos, so I hope that you guys can hear me well and that it's enjoyable to listen to. The next thing I was going to say is that I don't have a tripod, so we're getting very creative with how I'm recording this. So I'm sorry about the awkward angle and that the fact that it might keep falling over or moving, but we're doing the best that we can, and I'm inspired, and when I'm inspired, I don't waste time. I get right into recording because my inspired videos are my favorite ones. So today I just wanted to talk to you guys about how to get back to a place of self-love. You know, why it's so important to get back to a place of self-love and just overall how to get there, how to start. This is going to really help you if you feel like you've maybe lost yourself in a relationship or lost yourself out of a relationship from a past relationship. It's going to help you if you feel like you've been down for no real reason, but just consistently not feeling your best. It's going to help you if your self-esteem has been low, if your confidence has been low, if the way that you've been feeling about yourself just has not been optimal. If you feel like everything is making you cry, or you're really touchy, really sensitive, if you get offended really easily by everything anybody says, maybe if you feel like you're even sabotaging your current relationship because you're just not feeling good about yourself, this is a video where I'm going to talk to you about how you could help all of that, how you can work through all of that. I know that this could really help you today, but I just ask you to be open to my suggestions and pick and choose what feels right for you. These are all things that are going to improve your life, improve your spiritual practice, deepen your relationship with yourself, and help deepen your relationship and fix relationships with other people as well. Now, this advice comes from, this is what I would give my girlfriends or my guy friends. If they come to me and they're like, you know, I'm just not feeling good lately, this is what I would tell them. So I'm giving you advice like I would give my best friend or myself advice right now. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to tell you, and the first thing I ask of you, is to stop judging yourself when you're feeling this way. One of the things that keeps us in a perpetual loop of bringing ourselves down is how much we judge ourselves for feeling that way. We see that other people might be feeling good, might be having, you know, really successful weeks or months, and they're just traveling and enjoying their life and doing this and doing that. And you're at home or at work or doing what you got to do at school, and you're just not feeling good about yourself, and you're judging yourself for not doing what other people are doing. The more that we judge ourselves, the harder we are on ourselves for not feeling well, for not feeling our best, the worse we're going to feel. We are physical human beings for sure, but we're also spiritual beings who require self-care and self-love. We require maintenance, and that's just normal. We go through cycles in our lives where sometimes we feel really good, and sometimes we don't feel so good, and sometimes we're just blah. But none of these are bad. We give these cycles meaning. So we say this is a bad way to feel or this is a good way to feel. But really, it's just natural progressions of our emotions. And if we were more open to feeling certain ways in certain times, just that acceptance, just that allowance of feeling however we're feeling is going to feel like such a major relief, such a weight lifted off your shoulders when you know that it's not your fault that you're feeling this way. It's just a cycle. It's something that you're going through, and there are things that you could do to make yourself feel so much better. So the first step is to stop judging yourself, to allow yourself to feel this way, because the thing is, the fact that you're feeling down like this just means that there's some inner work that needs to be done here. It's not that you're doing anything wrong on the outside. It's not that you're being punished. It's not that you're not lucky and that other people are. It's simply that you need to tweak a few things in your physical life that come from the inside. When we don't give ourselves the self-love and self-care that our soul so badly desires, we become depleted of energy. And becoming depleted of energy is really the essence of why we feel bad in any part of our lives because somebody has taken our energy or because we have not replenished our energy. And this will manifest in our lives in different ways, most commonly in feelings like depression, insecurity, low self-esteem, unhappiness, anxiety. This is so natural, and like I was saying, the first step is to stop fighting it. Stop judging it. Stop judging yourself for feeling a certain way. Just accept it for now. Instead of trying to make it go away, we just have to have an understanding that this is sometimes how we're going to feel. And when we become more understanding with ourselves, then we can come to the root problem. Why are we feeling this way? What am I missing? All you really need to do is to ask yourself, what do I need in my life to feel better? And if it's an external answer like I need a new relationship, or I need a new car, I need a new house, I need a new blouse, I need whatever. I don't know why I said blouse right now. I think I'm 90 years old. But if the answer is something external, know that that's not the root cause. It's always something inside. So when I've asked myself in the past, what do I need in order to feel my best? What I often hear from my inner self, from my mind, is you need more safety. You need to feel safer. So then I do things that make me feel more safe. And what things will make me feel more safe? Well, working on things I'm passionate about makes me feel safe because it tethers me to this world and makes me feel like I can provide for myself because I'm safe because I have this beautiful career that I love. Or I spend time with people who make me feel safe, like my friends, like my partner, or my family. They all make me feel so safe. I stay away from people who don't make me feel safe. Other times I ask myself, what would I need right now to feel at my best? And often it's as easy and simple as I need to sleep more. I need to maybe eat a little better. I haven't been hydrating very much. Maybe I need to go on a walk. All you have to do really is to ask yourself, what do I need right now to feel better? The thing is, we check in with others all the time. Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? How are you today? Do we ever ask ourselves, how are we? We wait on other people to ask us. We wait on other people so that we can tell them how we're feeling. But all we have to do is ask ourselves how we're feeling and what we need. So the second that you take the stress off of needing these negative emotions to go away, you'll already start to feel relieved. When you feel negative, it's just an opportunity to grow and learn. I said this to my email list the other day. And by the way, you can sign up for my email list and still receive all the emails because I created a system that makes that happen in the link below. People have been loving them, so I'm going to keep doing them. I said this in my email list that everything is medicine. So even our negative moods, even our dry spells, even the times where we're not feeling so good, that's all medicine. It's all for our growth. It's all for our learning. It's the same as when I used to say all the time, and I still say it. Everything is for us, not to us. Everything is happening for us and not happening to us. When you have that change in perspective and you start to understand, I'm feeling negatively right now because something in me wants to grow and to improve, then you'll start to grow and improve just by that awareness. We take care of everything else, right? Everyone else. We take care of our pets, of our plants, of our cars. We take care of our clothes, of our homes. Other people, many of us take care of other people. But do we really, truly take care of ourselves? Are we showing up for ourselves? Are we providing what we need, like we provide what others need, like we provide what our plants and pets and our homes need? I want you to make it a full-time project to feel better and to get back to yourself. We make other people our full-time projects. We're always taking care of everybody else. It's time for us to become our full-time projects as well. Make the time for yourself. And that could mean something very different for you than it does for me. For me, it means take stress off of myself. Stop being so hard on myself. I'm not getting as much work done as I'd like to get. Then right now it's a cycle where I'm just not doing that. Next month I might do 3 months worth of work. That's just being kinder to ourselves. Being more gentle on ourselves. Treating ourselves like our little kid selves sometimes is really beneficial for growth. When we're not feeling good, there's something that wants to be looked at. And we have to look at that by really putting the focus and putting a microscope on ourselves, on our emotions, observing what we're feeling and why we're feeling it. So if you're making it a full-time project to get back to yourself, the first thing you should do is to sit down with yourself and be honest with what will make you happy. What do you like to do? In your spare time, what do you really like to do? Don't judge that answer, as long as it's not hurting anybody else. Do that. I told you guys a year ago, I loved watching anime and I judged myself for doing it all the time. But that's what I like to do when I have some time for myself. So when I stopped judging myself and I just let it happen, I swear, I was taking care of myself by watching anime in bed. And I suddenly started to be inspired again, and I suddenly started doing other things like working out and making more videos, making more content, starting new projects. That's no longer really how I spend all of my time. I haven't watched anime in like 6 months, which is so weird. Or like 4 months, 5 months. For everybody, it's going to be something different. So right now for me, when I have some time to myself, I like to read books. Read books that will expand my consciousness, like the esoteric books that I mentioned in a recent video. What's truly healing is to allow yourself to go and spend a few hours reading, spend a few hours a day doing what you love to do, and not judging yourself for wanting to do that. Now, another thing, you have to realize, what does taking care of yourself and self-love look like to you? So for me, right now, it's reading, it's taking baths, it's going to yoga, it's going to my meditation classes, it's watching Cosmic Disclosure on Gaia TV, it's traveling, taking walks, playing with puppies. That's self-care and self-love to me. Eating really good food, cooking. I love to cook, and that's just healing for me. What is it for you? Sit down with yourself and maybe make a list of those things. And I've talked about this before. Make an SOS list. Whenever you're feeling low, make this SOS list. I talk about this in my Lightwork Ceremony program, and you can always refer to that list. Because sometimes, when we're happy, we're like, why don't I just do this all the time and I'll always be happy? But when we're low, we forget that we have these options that can bring us up, that can raise our vibrations back up. So make an SOS list. Make a list of all the things you could do to make you feel loved and cared for. Take some time to be on your own and heal. There's something very therapeutic about just retreating a little bit, not going full on hermit, but just retreating a little bit from others, especially if you feel like you're losing yourself in a relationship, or if your problems are lying in a relationship. Often when we're just feeling really crappy about ourselves, our relationships will really suffer, because when we're feeling low, we start to project feelings of insecurity, our partners react, and it's a cycle of just never-ending negative emotions. And it takes the two people to sit down and really communicate to work through it. But I think that something that's really important is for us to take care of ourselves and to retreat a little bit, heal, take time to lick our wounds, and to bring ourselves back up on our own without the validation and the cheerleading of the other person. And then when we're feeling better, then coming back into that relationship and saying, this is how I'm feeling now, this is how I was feeling before, this is what I need from this relationship in order to feel my best. And if you can meet me there, I'd really appreciate it. And I feel like we're going to do a really good job together. We're going to have an amazing, healthy, beautiful relationship. And even if you're not in a relationship and you just feel like you lost yourself a little bit, withdraw. Delete the social media for a little bit. Stop comparing your life to other people's lives all day long while scrolling. You're seeing all these people's pictures and posts showcasing the best of their existence. They're not showing you when they're super sick, when they're not feeling themselves, when they feel fat or they feel lazy and tired. They're not showing that. They're not showing the negatives. They're showing you all the best parts of their life. So you're feeling negative, and then you go on Instagram, you go on Twitter, you go on Facebook, and you're scrolling and you're like, wow, I'm feeling so shitty, but these people are living their lives. That's not the case. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everybody else's highlight reel. Delete the social media. Withdraw a little bit. Take care of yourself. Spend some time alone. It's so healthy to spend time alone. It's so healthy. Then come back, and especially if you're in a relationship, make more time to be with your family and friends. If you feel like you're lost in your relationship, we often get lost and we forget about our families and our friends. And I remember I've been in relationships like that. When I got out of it, I was like, wow, if I spent more time with my family, with my best friends, I would have been more balanced and maybe my relationship would have been healthier. The last thing I want to suggest is to start treating yourself like your best friend. How do you talk to your best friend? How do you cheer on your best friend? How do you hype your best friend up? Become your own best friend. Your soul is craving to be your own best friend. Your body wants to be your own best friend. I talked about this in my recent How to Change Your Appearance video with the Law of Attraction. Our bodies are craving self-love. And so many of us are looking for love outside of ourselves in relationships because we're craving it. We're craving to be cuddled. We're craving to be kissed. We're craving to be loved. But really what we're craving is self-love. And once we give ourselves that self-love, that's when we're ready to receive more love from somebody else, when we have enough to give as well. So this requires a lot of positive self-talk. Take out the negative stories. Stop repeating the negative, mean things that you tell yourself. Stop being so mean to yourselves. How many times do I have to remind you? Start complimenting yourself. Start cheering yourself on. It is so admirable and so refreshing. It's not about being cocky. It's not about being egotistical, but people are craving to see somebody who truly loves themselves, somebody who cheers themselves on instead of brings themselves down. I feel like I'm still going through this process where I'm allowing that in. I'm allowing compliments giving myself compliments. I don't really do the negative self-talk anymore, and that's been probably one of the things that I can attribute my success to. Not being mean to myself, or not being as mean to myself, and working on that. Consciously trying to be better to myself. So just start being nicer to yourself. When you hear the negative self-talk, replace it with positive affirmations. It's so powerful. It's so powerful, and it works. So that's it for me today, you guys. I hope that was helpful. I love you. I love making this kind of content, and I know you love it too. So more will be coming as long as I'm inspired to do so. That's it for today. I love you. Thank you for spending some time with me today. And as always, until my next video, keep your vibrations way up. Bye.